glory to the eternal living God. It is your brother Jehoshaphat Israel back in the house that God has made. Call out on your God in your time of need. I want a lot of my brothers and sisters this week, I want you to ask God for a miracle that's obtainable, a miracle that's tangible, a miracle that you could see, that you could touch, that you could hold, and that could bless you so much in your life. I want you to ask God in this week for a miracle to manifest in your life for this week. Family, I know a lot of people, they don't believe in miracles. They don't think miracles happen. They ain't never seen a miracle. They ain't never heard of a miracle. But my dear, my beloveds, all my brothers and sisters out here in this world, I beseech you in this day to ask your God for a miracle in Jesus Christ's name to happen to you in your life for this week. I don't know where you're going. I don't know what you're going through. I don't know what you've been through. I don't know how hard it is for you. But I know that we all make up the vine. And I'm asking God personally in my life to show me a miracle. I want to see a miracle this week in my life. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be him saving my life, because he didn't show me that before, but a miracle transpiring to all of us in this week if you're willing to believe, if you're willing to ask and still at the same time believe. Now, your brother Israel, I'm here. I'm not even gonna waste that much of y'all time today. I'm not gonna do that because this is a little lunch break and I gotta get it going. But I just had two things that I really wanted to venture off and talk about. Okay, first thing, it's not gonna take that long. Now look, your people been believing on Jesus for 400 years now, 400 to 500 years. If Jesus never existed, he exists now. I kid you not. You know what I'm saying? Let's just say Jesus never existed. If he never existed, he exists now. For all your people have believed and died on his name. So if he wasn't there then, which would be a lie, because he has always been, he is there now. Trust in your Lord. Now, I don't know if a lot of my brothers and sisters, I don't know if you know this, but we're all related. We all have the same blood. Unless you come from somewhere, if you are another black person from another area or somewhere like that, then maybe we wouldn't be family. But if you were in America and you are the descendants of slaves, if your grandparents were slaves in this country, then we are family. Y'all got to understand that we have all the same blood. We got to be good to our people. We got to treat our people good. We got to love on our people. When I say that we blood, I really mean this. We're distant relatives. You know what I'm saying? All your people that stay in Chicago, all your people that stay in Utah, all your people that stay in Texas, all your people who stay in New York, all around in all of these states, we have the same blood. Back in the day, they used to take the biggest, buffest, strongest man out of all of us, and he would breed with all the slave women, all your great grandmothers. You know what I'm saying? All your great grandmothers. That's what I'm saying to y'all. We all got the same blood. They used to breed us like cattle and like animals. You know what I'm saying? That's why we look similar. That's why we look the same, because of all of the slave breeding here. Your grandparents was born into slavery. It's not like they were conquered and they were made slaves or they was fighting. No, they were born into slavery. Ain't nothing like that has ever been taken part in history. I don't care what none of them white people say. Them white people sit up over there and they say, oh, well, everybody's been oppressed. Everybody's been this, everybody, but everybody ain't been through what we have been through. And that has never been done in human history. In no civilization in any time period besides from the 19th century, what we went through. You know what I'm saying? So back to the slave breeding. They used to pick the strongest black man and breed him with that was his only job, is to have sex with your grandmothers. This is why we are relatives. This is why we have the same blood. We got to show more love to our people. I don't want to hear no sorry black folks sitting up here talking about we ain't people. Jehoshaphat, they from the other side of town. Those are still your people. You know what I'm saying? They are descendants of your same lineage. Here in America, they had some. We're not talking about buck breaking. We're not talking about that right now. I'll leave that for the prison system because it's still going on to this day. But as far as in a people, Our people were born into slavery. They were raised in slavery. They were sit up here. They had the one big brother have sex. It's the breeding, you know what I'm saying? The breeding. So it affected all of us. All of us intermarried and intermingled with each other. It doesn't matter what state you in. We all are related. If I take out my blood and I go, my last name is Starks. If I take out my blood and then comparison to some brother that lived in Mississippi and his last name is Jackson, we still gonna have the same blood because of all the slave breeding here in this country. We got to look out for our people. We got to stand up for our people. We got to fight for our people. We got to save our people. You know what I'm saying? We have to. Far as in what God brought to me over the Sabbath weekend is, he told me it's everybody else's turn now. You know what I'm saying? That's what he told me. You know what I'm saying? God told me it's everybody else's. He already did what he was going to do to us. He already did the baddest things that he could possibly do to us. There's nothing more that God can do to us that he has he hasn't already done. He's already done everything to us. That's why he came to me yesterday and he told me it's everybody else's turn now. You know what I'm saying? It's they turn now. They finna get it now. Okay, that's your brother. That's all I wanted to say. I love y'all. Peace and blessings be upon your day. Glory, glory to the eternal living God.
That I'm writing an album called The Middle Passage. They've shown us every plantation with cotton on it. You know what plantation they've never shown us, Abby? The most prominent ones. The ones that were most profitable. The breeding plantations. Why don't you want to show us those? You know why? Because after the research that I did for this album, you realize that the moment that a girl menstruated, she was put in a stable where a horse would be and forcibly mated, forcibly raped by a male of the slave master's choice. And when she had children, they weren't called children, they were called a litter of pups. The punishment for raping or killing a person in medieval Spain is gelding. Gelding is when you take hot pincers and you take a man's balls and dick off root and stem. Killing a person, law of the Bible, right? Medieval Spain, super religious. You killed a man, he should be killed. Why were indigenous and black people categorized as subhuman? So under the law, you would not be punished for the things that you did to us. That's why. You used to be proud, right? Used to be proud, white America, of rape and murder. Used to be proud of colonization. Used to, wow, that made us tough. And then you got...
There it is. From here you get a bird's eye view of a business that's going lickety-split. Where it happened was cotton and tobacco went sick, and it was either fish or cut bait. There was no question which I'd do. I turned this plantation into a breeding farm. And I must say it was a timely move, because right after that they passed a new law prohibiting the importation of African Negroes. And of course that sent the market sky high.
Pa! Hey, Pa! Mr. Wilson's coming!
Hey there, Mr. Bighorn. I brought my winch.
All right, fetch her here. You've been keeping track of her. You're sure she's in the heat?
She's ready for breeding.
Well, I hope so for your sake. You know, Wilson, if she doesn't take the first time, you're not going to like paying another stud fee. How many days ago did she finish?
My missus counted 12. Should be 13 at most with the trip. You can get her mounted right away. I'll be back on the road in a couple hours.
Is it for me, Pa?
Easy. We'll talk about that when you finish school. Now you